Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Mic check 1 2 3 1 2 3. I'm on Dan's mic 1 2 3.
Value Visor helps people and businesses discover, improve, and get the value from their businesses. With multi-certified valuation, Yeah, I don't got anything on Aberdeen Central. So
I don't have a lot either. It's pretty generic.
I found a box score about their Yankton game, but other than that, that's all I saw. It looked like they played 7 girls in that one. So.
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to a special presentation from the Real Presence Radio Network. On Real Presence Radio, welcome to the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank, Premier Bank Card.
And welcome to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. This afternoon, the Lady Knights take on the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles here in Sioux Falls. The number one O'Gorman Knights stayed undefeated last night with an exciting win. They were down by 11 in the second, down at 9.5, and came back and won 66-58 with that comeback victory against the number 4 Harrisburg Tigers. The Knights did trail by 9 at halftime, and Emma Ronzik got in foul trouble in the third quarter with 4 fouls in the beginning of the fourth, and she ended up did not pick up her fifth foul, and that game was led by Hannah Ronzik with 17 of her 20 points came in the second half. I'd like to bring in now our play-by-play and my partner in crime here, Isaac Struck. You know about the game last night, about the firepower offensively, when they have 2 girls, that are not named Emma Ronzik. Each scored 20 points in that game, which was Hannah and Izzy last night. What does that mean to the team?
It means a lot, especially when you can have some players that can come in and not only provide scoring aside from your best scorer on the floor, but not only provide scoring, but provide more scoring than needed. Having 2 players score 20 points against a team that had only dropped 1 game on the season the night before, who was hungry for another win. That's really impressive, and that's going to help long term, especially in games where last night when Emma was in foul trouble, you need people to step up. And if you can have 2 players step up for 20 points each, as well as play really well defensively, that's something that our great teams have. And that's what championship caliber teams can throw at you, is not just 1 scorer, but 2, 3, and even 4.
And Izzy and Hannah stepped up last night, no doubt about it. We gave them both Cole Player of the game, the Cole Peach and Ranch players of the game last night. And like I said, Hannah had 3 at half and 17 in the second half. And she had 4 3-pointers of the night, and that was just phenomenal. And wasn't that crowd into it for Harrisburg? It was exciting.
Absolutely.
It was a fun game. No matter how it turned out, it was exciting.
Yep.
To see that crowd into it, and then how we kind of took the air out of the balloon and deflated a little bit, and how O'Gorman came back in that fourth quarter there and took charge and ended up winning. So it was, for a basketball enthusiast like we are, it doesn't get any better than that, does it?
Yeah, that was real exciting. A great atmosphere there. And hopefully games are like that the rest of the season. It's going to be a real fun, interesting state tournament for that girls AA division.
So the opponent this afternoon, Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, they come in with an 8-5 record. They playing their best ball of the season, I think, so far, winning 4 of the last 5 games, including last night against number 5 Roosevelt. They won 46-38. Very well coached by a gal named Dawn Seiler, and anybody in basketball in South Dakota knows that gal. In her 36th season, she's got 608 wins, 233 losses. She's the winningest girls basketball coach in the state of South Dakota. She's the icon. I mean, been coaching for years, and it's kind of like, it's really, to me, how does a team, when it's coached by an icon like her, how do you get up to play this? And here they are, Aberdeen's on a nice win streak here. They're coming down. They beat Roosevelt last night. Come into here, they're hungry. They want to keep that winning streak going.
Absolutely, especially when you've established greatness your whole tenure as a coach. Every year, depending on what the talent is, you always are going to want to win ball games. And this year, they're doing a really good job of in this later part of the season of scoring the basketball and playing good defense. And when you have a great coach, you're never out of it, and especially when you've got players that she's been able to develop over the years that now are seniors or juniors.
Who's the gals at state? I'm sorry. I lost her name. Burkhart, thank you. I mean, she was an icon there as well. And
yep.
Coach her, now she's starting for Aaron Johnson.
Played a lot of minutes her freshman season last year when I was at SCCU, watched quite a few of her games. And, the talent that comes out of Aberdeen is obviously the players have some raw natural talent, but it helps having a great coach like her to help develop your skills. And that's a big part of what Aberdeen girls basketball does. They've always been playing the game about as well as any team I've ever seen play basketball, fundamentally.
So on that note, what kind of, to avoid a emotional letdown, what do the Knights have to do, against a team coached by such an icon as
Well,
Don Seiler.
they have to realize that it's not just another opponent coming in here. This team has, we've had some history before, but this team is hungry, and they are on a win streak, and they want to keep that rolling into the end of the season. And Aberdeen just played a game last night where they just beat Roosevelt, and we just played a game last night where we just beat Harrisburg. So Aberdeen knows that we just came off of a hard physical battle, and we'll see if they try to take advantage of that. We need to play clean and get off to a much better start than we did last night, because on second-day legs, if you get off to a slow start, it's tougher to recover. Last night we recovered really well, but it's going to be tougher to recover if we get off to a slow start again tonight.
The last time these gals met was February 3rd of 2019 up in Aberdeen. The Lady Knights won 56-26. The Knights shot 61% from the field. Izzy Moore led O'Gorman with 15 points. She was 6 for 6 shooting. Aberdeen Central was 3 for 31 from the field at 10%, and they had 16 turnovers. Series history, this is the 15th meeting between the Golden Eagles and the Knights, and then O'Gorman leads 8-6. Isaac, what's some other games going on this afternoon tonight across the region here?
So in AA girls basketball, Mitchell goes to Spearfish. So Mitchell traveling over to the 4-10 Spearfish team out in the West River. That game starts at 2:30. At 2:30, Huron is at Sturgis Brown. So Huron trying to get a win against the 2-11 Sturgis team. Pierre is at Brandon Valley tonight. That's at 5 o'clock. Two teams looking to get another win on their season. And then number 4, Lincoln, actually is at Roosevelt. So that's going to be a real fantastic game over there between the number 4 and 5 ranked team in girls AA basketball. The JV today between these two teams, the JV won, OG JV won big. I think it was 63-11-ish. And then the freshman game that just concluded was 47-16. OG won that. And then in AA boys, Sturgis plays at Huron, Spearfish is at Mitchell, and at 5, Brandon Valley is at Pierre. So Pierre looking for that second win of the season against a real tough Brandon Valley team. And then to round things out with the Pentagon Classic tonight, there's a list of a plethora of good basketball games out there. The boys tonight, the Sioux Falls O'Gorman boys play against St. Thomas More, the number 1 team in Class A. That's at 8 o'clock, but there's games have been started since this morning at around 8 a.m., and they'll go all the way till the last game tonight at 9:30. So some real good basketball. If you want to get out to the Pentagon and check that out, at 5 o'clock, Washington plays Western Christian, Sioux Valley and Viborg play at 6:30, and then the O'Gorman St. Thomas More with Sioux Falls Christian to follow. So some local teams playing some big games tonight at the Pentagon.
The scoreboard update brought to you by Jamison Rounds, managing partner of Value Visor. Value Visor helps people in business discover, improve, and get value from their business. So Jamison can be reached at 605-370-6931, online at valuevisor.com. Real estate through Murphy, Business Dakota Lakes. Coming up after the break, Brett Byler sits down with Kent Colesrud. The O'Gorman Knights. Stay with us on Real Presence Radio Network.
Value Visor helps people.
Pregnant, one word, many emotions. Sioux Falls Catholic Family Services is ready to support you by providing free and confidential counseling to birth parents regardless of faith or ethnic origin. For more information, to speak with a pregnancy counselor, or to schedule an appointment, call Catholic Family Services at 605-988-3775 or email cfs@sfcatholic.org.
This is Mark Konzemius. In 1987, Bishop Paul Dudley and a group of business leaders started the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota to help raise, manage, and distribute God's gifts as determined by donors' intent. We continue to grow their vision and legacy of faith. Many choose the Catholic Community Foundation for their charitable giving because of our commitment to Catholic moral and social values. Learn more about the Catholic Community Foundation. Visit ccfesd.org.
Welcome back to the Knights Game Day Show, brought to you by First Premier Bank Card. I'm now joined by O'Gorman girls basketball coach Kent Colesrud. Coach, we had a matchup of 1 versus 2 last night in Harrisburg, a terrific South Dakota girls basketball game. Your girls came from behind to win 66-58, and boy, in the first half, Harrisburg, they were hitting everything. They had a 9-point lead at half. But I thought on our end, Izzy Moore really kept us in the game in that first half.
You did. As you said, Brett, it was a great high school basketball game, a fun environment, huge crowd, all those kind of things that you love about basketball. So tough first half, as you said. Give credit to Harrisburg. I thought they did some really nice things. They kind of took us out of some things, but you're exactly right. Izzy had a great first half. Made some big baskets for us, kind of kept us in the game to some degree. And there was a time in that first quarter I looked up at the scoreboard, and it was 22-17, and felt like it was pretty fortunate we were in that situation. And then even being down 9 at half, we felt like we were still fine, because they just were taking us out of offense. They were not getting shots. I thought they out-rebounded us. I thought they out-physicaled us. They were just kind of the aggressor. So, we addressed those things at halftime, and I thought our kids came out and just played lights out in the second half, made some huge plays. Isabel continued to have a great second half. Hannah Ronsick hit some huge baskets. Emma did a nice job of getting some baskets as well. The take by Carly at the end of the game, the old-fashioned three-point play was huge. So really, really proud of our kids the way they played in the second half. I thought they really elevated their game. A really nice win against a really good basketball squad.
And obviously Harrisburg was really, it seemed like they were just doubling Emma about every time she caught it, which in turns, there's other girls wide open. I thought your ball movement, especially in the second half, swinging around the perimeter, you got a lot of those threes that Hannah hit were good wide open looks. I thought your girls were very unselfish, passing the ball out of those double teams.
Yeah, I agree, Brett. That's been a trademark of this team. We've said that all season long. They don't really care who gets the credit, who makes the basket, and they share the ball extremely well with you. Emma did draw a ton of attention, as she typically does, double, triple teams, and plays very unselfish, has confidence in her teammate, found open people. And I thought there was 2 or 3 different times we did make that extra pass for a better shot. The one instance that really stands in my mind, it was early in the fourth quarter, or later in the game. We had a nice paint touch, kick out. They closed out hard on Carly. She made the extra pass to Izzy in the corner, and she buried that three-point shot. So just fun basketball, just the way you like to see kids play. So just really proud of that as a coach.
Did you guys do anything different defensively in the second half, Coach? Or they had 35 points at half. You outscored them 41-24 in the second half. Talk about your defense second half compared to the first half.
Yeah, we tweaked a few things a little bit. Still mixed up some zone, mixed up some man. Just thought we played more aggressive. We were identifying shooters better. We were playing harder. We were playing more aggressive. Defensive rebounded a lot harder. That was certainly the point of emphasis in halftime was we got to rebound better on both ends. You can't give a team of this caliber second and third shots. So I thought for the most part we did a much better job of defensive rebounding. And we say it all the time, we're going to win and lose basketball games on that end. When you're not shooting the basketball real good, which we did in the first half of the Harrisburg game or the first half of the Brandon Valley game, it gives you an opportunity to still win the basketball game. So we got to hang our hat on that, and we got to be really good there for 32 minutes, bouncing into today's game.
Not today's game, Coach, that you alluded to against Aberdeen Central, a team that also played last night. They beat Roosevelt by 8 points last night, 8-5 on the season. A team that obviously been in the system forever with Don, and I don't know what they are like this year. Previous Aberdeen Central teams, they play a lot of that 2-3 zone. They're very physical. What do you know about this Aberdeen Central team you're going to face today?
Yeah, I don't know how many head-to-head matchups I've had with Coach Seiler in regular season and postseason. Does a great job with their team. They're always very disciplined. They always play hard. They always play really aggressive. Playing more man-to-man defense this year than they typically have. Do have the 2-3 zone in, but it seems like they're playing more man-to-man. We'll see later today how that shakes out, but very disciplined offensively. They're going to be very patient. They're going to look to high-low inside. They're going to try to hammer the basketball into the paint. That's the way they've always played. A very good rebounding team. Certainly have some concerns with this basketball team. And probably the biggest thing coming out, though, Brett, is just, letting last night's game go. Great win for our kids, but it's a new day. We want to try to go 1-0 today. We got to come out here and play with energy. We got to play with enthusiasm. We got to execute on both ends of the court. The keys to us being successful that we really talked about at halftime last night, we got to start the game doing those things today. We're just a little bit concerned. We're playing so well in the second half of games recently. We need a little bit better first half, so hopefully we can do that today.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck today.
Yep, thank you, Brett.
Hi, John Fritsch, Fritsch Benefits. The people we work with have 2 goals. Number 1, they don't want to run out of money. Number 2, whatever is left, they want it to go to the people they love. Could be issues like Social Security claiming, Medicare choices, even asset allocations for your 401k, or you may want to treat your church like one of your children. If you want to talk about any financial issues, you can call me, John Fritsch, 334-8086.
Investment advice offered through IMS Wealth Management, an SEC registered advisor.
Community. It's at the heart of everything we do at First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. From supporting area athletics to funding academic scholarships, we continually seek new ways to improve and strengthen communities we serve. At the heart of these communities are people, our customers, and our employees. We work hard to ensure our customers are successful and our communities thrive. It's the Premier way. It's what community banking is all about. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Locally grown, nationally known.
On the Real Presence Radio Network, O'Gorman Knights Basketball is on the air. Brought to you by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota, Jardine Construction, Hagen Chiropractic Clinic, Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, Fritsch Benefits Registered Investment Advisor Representative, McGuire Iron, Knights of Columbus Insurance Field Agent Jeff Gillen, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street, First Premier Bank Card, Sioux Equipment Company, Ide Bailey, Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness, Jameson Rounds Managing Partner of Value Visor.
Tip-off to tonight's game is just moments away. With all the exciting action of O'Gorman Knights Basketball, let's go to the gym.
And welcome back here to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We're getting ready to tip off here this afternoon. The O'Gorman Knights, undefeated, number 1 in the state, taking on the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles here in Sioux Falls. Isaac, what the Knights have to do here, coming off a big win last night over Harrisburg, to keep that ball rolling and get a big victory here this afternoon?
Well, they got to get off to a fast start. Not a very quick start last night, so they need to get off to a better start tonight in order to keep this one under control. They also got to keep playing unselfish basketball. It doesn't really matter who's scoring. As long as they're scoring, they're winning, so they got to make good passes and share the ball around like they have been lately. They also got to win the rebound battle. Aberdeen's going to be undersized compared to our size, which is something that we don't see very often during the season, so we got to take advantage of that while we can. We also got to play with our pace and limit our turnovers. We need to keep a clean game in order to keep this well-coached basketball team and talented basketball team out of our gym for a victory today.
And that's the key to victory, brought to you by John Fritsch. Fritsch Benefits and Registered Investment Advisor Representative John Fritsch can be reached at 605-334-8086. I take the starting lineups for the Aberdeen Golden Eagles.
For Aberdeen tonight, they're going to start number 10, a guard, Melanie Jacobs. She's the 5'5 junior. Number 12, a guard, Taryn Hedich. She's the 5'4" freshman. Another guard, Abby Kopecki. She is the 5'10" junior. She's number 14. At number 20, she's going to start at center, Allie Bauer. She's the 5'10" senior. And then another guard, number 22, Brooklyn Kusler, the 5'11" junior. The Golden Eagles are coached by Dawn Seiler in her 36th season overall with Aberdeen Central. She has a career record of 608 wins, 233 losses. She's the all-time winningest basketball coach in South Dakota varsity girls basketball. She had state titles in 2018 and 2016, so it should be a fun one today.
And the Lady Knights are starting with the normal 5, Kunko, Moore, Riley, and both Nemaranzik. And we'd like to welcome the Hub City Radio 106 FM in Aberdeen. They're joining us on Real Presence Radio and also in Aberdeen 88.9 Real Presence Radio. And here's the tip-off.
Aberdeen wins the tip. They will now have the possession. Swinging around the perimeter, that's going to be Jacobs now over to Hedich, and she tried to force a pass down low inside to Kusler that sailed out of bounds, so it'll be a turnover. Eagles possession goes to the Lady Knights. Aberdeen sporting a classy, clean black jersey tonight. I'm absolutely loving those from Aberdeen. Moore will go off the dribble. She'll turn over, has no one to throw to pass to. It'll swing it around the perimeter now. Down inside to Hannah Ronzik, who nearly lost it. Will corral it. Now there's going to be a jump ball signal that will stay with O'Gorman. Eagles won the tip. Possession goes to the Knights.
Again, I agree with you said, what Coach said. They got to get off to that fast start here right away in this first quarter. Last couple, 2-3 games, the scoring's been way low that first quarter, 8 minutes.
Swinging the ball around the perimeter now. Kunkel has it. She'll dribble inside the paint. Pass over to Moore in the corner, who will now go off the dribble. She slices inside up off glass for 2. And the Knights take a 2-0 lead early in the first quarter. A little bit of a diamond press as Aberdeen looks to break it. That's Hedich coming across half court. She stops, picks up her dribble, and will pass it back up top to Jacobs. Jacobs assessing the zone defense the Knights are in right now. Swinging it around the perimeter. They get it down low now. And back inside to Kusler. Kusler will kick it out and swing it around the perimeter again. That's going to be Kopecky in the corner. They're 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hedich in a lot of trouble. Kunkel all over in defense. That'll be Kopecky back over to Hedich, who has to fire at the end of the shot clock. That one hits no rim. It's going to be a shot clock violation. Turnover Eagles. So 2 turnovers early here by the Lady Knights on defense.
Wow, that was some terrific defense by the Knights there. They had nothing inside.
Kunkel will bring it across half court and pass over to Moore. Moore looks inside to Ronzik, who goes off the dribble, passes back to Kunkel. She'll fire a 3 from the top of the key, and she buries it. Carly Kunkel, who had a big 3 last night, knocks down her first attempt of the game, and the Knights lead 5-0. Aberdeen breaking this diamond press. They'll swing it around. That's going to be Hedich, who's going to be fouled by number 5, Reagan Riley. So Hedich will inbound the basketball to Jacobs. Kusler in the high post area will now come and receive the ball at the top of the key. She'll swing it over the perimeter now. That's Kopecky. Down inside to Kusler. It was a little too much to handle. It'll stay here as it was off of Kunkel. Pass was thrown a little too high. Tipped off the hands of Kusler into the hands of Kunkel and out of bounds. Inbounds the ball to Jacobs. Jacobs will get it to Kusler, who tries to force a pass over that gets tipped out of bounds by Izzy Moore. Possession will stay with the Golden Eagles.
And that Kusler name, that's a basketball name in Aberdeen, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that's the sister of one of my friends from Aberdeen that I played so many sports against, Brandon. So shout out to Brandon if he's listening at all. That 3 from the corner by Jacobs is no good. Kunkel will now pass to Ronzik in transition. She'll go a Euro step inside, rolls around the front of the rim and down. The Knights have a 7-0 lead. Brandon was a great player for the Aberdeen boys team the year that we played them in the state tournament. He was in my grade.
You know, that's one thing about Aberdeen. They've always had good athletes up there. Always been some good super programs.
Crouch checks in for the Knights. The Knights lead 7-0 here with 5:20 left in the first quarter. Aberdeen trying to get on the board for the first time. They'll break the press. Kusler brings it in and decides to pull it back out. They'll swing it around the perimeter now. Jacobs has it on the left wing. They pass it over to Kopecky from the corner. That 3 is a little too strong, no good. Kusler with a nice rebound down low. She is fouled on the shot attempt and will head to the line for 2.
That's Allison Crouch. She's in for the Knights, a 5'8" senior. She picks up her first foul.
Kusler doing a nice job on the boards, grabs the rebound, gets fouled, and will head to the line. So Kusler's free throw attempt is on the way, and it is good. So Aberdeen on the board for the first time tonight. That's Brooklyn Kusler, the 5'11" junior. Second free throw on the way, spins the ball, dribbles it 3 times below the knees. She fires, and that one's going to be a little bit off the mark to the right, no good. Rebound to Hannah Ronzik. She'll pass to Izzy Moore, who will now bring it across half court. Kunkel now has it on the right wing, and they'll swing it around to the left. Crouch gets it inside to Emma Ronzik, who will turn over her shoulder, fire a little mid-range jumper, and it falls. So Emma Ronzik is on the board for the Knights, and it's 9-1. 4 of the 5 starters are on the board already for the Lady Knights. Nearly a double dribble from Kopecky, but she kept it alive with her right hand. Gets it to Jacobs as they get across half court just before the 10-second call. Swinging it around the perimeter now, that's going to be Hedich. Swinging it back over to Jacobs. She looks inside to Bauer, doesn't have anything. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Kopecky off the dribble will pass over to Jacobs. She fires a 3 from the right wing, and she buries it. Melanie Jacobs knocks down her first 3-point attempt from the right wing.
That was a nice shot.
Cuts it to 9-4 lead now for the Knights. Kunkel will bring it across half court. Hedich all over in defense. We'll get it over to Emma Ronzik now. Thought about a 3, decides to kick out of it. And they'll have it around the perimeter now. It'll be Moore on the right wing. Solid defense by the Golden Eagles here as Emma Ronzik has it on the right wing. She'll swing it all the way over to Kunkel, who fires a three from the left corner, a little bit short, no good. Rebound goes to Hedich from the Golden Eagles. She'll bring it across half court to the right wing, swing it around the perimeter. Bauer has it up top now over to Kopecky. Kopecky looking inside as Bauer tries to establish position on Ronzik. They'll swing it around. Now it's up top to inside to Kusler. Had it nearly batted out of her hands. They'll swing it up top to Hedich, who gets it moving around again. 10 seconds on the shot clock. It's going to be Kopecky dribbling inside. It's going to be stripped out of her hands by Hannah Ronzik going in transition. One-on-one. Hannah goes up for two. Around and in, and the foul. So Hannah Ronzik gets the and one. We'll head to the free throw line for a +1 here. Nice defense leads to a bucket on the other end.
They're coming out a little aggressive than they have. I like that.
Into the game for the Golden Eagles is Carly Wellman. She is the 5'9" sophomore as Kopecky takes a seat on the bench. Coach Seiler letting her know as Hannah Ronzik knocks down her first free throw what she could possibly do better or do more, or maybe telling her good job. Who knows what's going on over there, but a well-respected Coach Seiler definitely knows what she's doing. Nice save there on the edge by Hedich as it winds up in Jacob's hands, who finally breaks the press over to Kusler. Finds a eagle in the corner. That was Wellman. And the shot attempt from Hedich rolls around the rim, no good. So Moore will come in transition. She'll go inside, stop her, pick up her dribble, pass it inside to Emma Ronzik. Somehow found it in the gap to Emma, who went up off glass for two and knocked it home. So a 10-point lead here. And Coach Seiler's had enough and calls her first time out of the game. So 2:39 left in the first quarter. The Lady Knights lead the Golden Eagles 14-4. You're listening to Real Presence Radio. Don't go anywhere.
Eide Bailey, a public accounting firm, provides tax, accounting, assurance, and business advisory services to clients across the nation. With offices in Sioux Falls and 40-plus locations in 15 states, Eide Bailey is the workplace for 2,500 professionals. Their firm has been serving clients for over 100 years. You can contact Eide Bailey online at eidebailey.com. Eide Bailey is a proud supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities and the Real Presence Radio Network.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls has something for everyone. They offer a buffet featuring pizza and chicken. Pizza Ranch has daily specials as well as 5 party rooms and a dining area. You can also order online and they'll bring the experience to you. Pizza Ranch is located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street and can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School, where the Lady Knights lead 14-4 over the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Aberdeen will have the ball and inbound it now to Kopecky, who will dribble across the half-court line. No one on her, decides to pull it back out and swing it around the perimeter. That's over to Wellman, who passes it now down to Hedich on the left wing. Hedich will go off the dribble, has Wellman underneath. She shoots a tough jumper off the backboard and the rim, no good. Rebound goes to Emma Ronzik, who will push up in transition to Hannah. She walked with it, and that'll be a turnover for the Lady Knights. So Aberdeen has some nice offense on one end, can't convert the shot, and then forces a quick turnover on the travel from the Lady Knights. Aberdeen will inbound to Kusler. Kusler turns over her shoulder and will take it up across half court by herself. Reagan Riley all over her, decides to hand it off to Kopecky. Down in the corner now, it's Hedich, who swings it back up top to Kopecky. Goes off the dribble, stop, pop, a little mid-range jumper, falls for Abby Kopecky, the 5'10 junior from Aberdeen. Nice shot there. Emma Ronzik will now have it. She'll swing it around to Allison Crouch now, who has it on the left wing. She'll go off the dribble inside, up off glass, around and out, no good. Rebound goes to Kusler. Kusler will have the ball, push it up in transition to Hedich. They'll now slow things down. It'll be Jacobs up top. She'll pass over to Wellman, who swings her over to Kopecky. Kopecky looking inside to Kusler, has nothing, decides to dribble around and pass it over to Hedich. Some good defense here by the Knights. Has 10 seconds on the shot clock for Aberdeen. They swing it around, get it inside to Kusler now, who will go off the dribble. She double dribbled with it. And it's going to be a turnover. Aberdeen checking back in for the Golden Eagles is Allie Bauer. She's in for Kusler. So Kusler received the down low pass inside, turned to her left with the dribble, picked it up and tried to dribble again. And it would be a turnover for the Golden Eagles.
Carly Kunkel's in for Izzy Moore for the Knights.
Riley finds a nice pass inside to Emma Ronzik, who goes off glass for 2, and the Knights have a 10-point lead. Kopecky will bring it across the timeline. Dribbling around, trying to find Bauer inside. Ronzik all over her. Bauer will step out now just inside the three-point line on the right corner. They swing it around the perimeter back up top. That's going to be Hedich dribbling inside. They kick it back out to Wellman, who gives it to Kopecky off the dribble inside. Another jumper. They're going to call a push on Hannah Ronzik. That'll be her first foul, Knights' 4th team foul of the half. So that'll send Kopecky to the line for the Golden Eagles.
And we'd like to welcome Aberdeen Hub City Radio 106.7, simulcasting, picking us. I'm Dan Johnson along with Isaac Struck here in Sioux Falls. 42 seconds left in the first quarter. O'Gorman Knights 16, Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles 7.
First free throw was up and good by Kopecky. The junior having a good start to her night today. Her second free throw goes around and in and good, so Aberdeen cuts the lead to 8 as Kunkel will bring it across half court. Kunkel will go off of a screen from Ronzik, nothing doing, will kick it out to Ronzik now, who swings it back over to Reagan Riley, who now controls the ball around the top of the key. She'll hand off to Kunkel, who will go between her legs and pass back over to Reagan Riley. Looking inside, Kusler playing nice defense on Ronzik, denying the high-low pass. 10 seconds on the shot clock. They swing it around to Kunkel. She'll go off the dribble inside, pass it out to Ronzik, who fires a 3 from the left wing. Around and out, no good. Rebound is going to be off the Knights and out of bounds, so it'll be Aberdeen possession with 8.7 on the clock. Coach Seilers goes to the bench and brings back Hedich in for Wellman. So with 8.7 seconds left, Aberdeen has possession. They'll have to go the length of the court here to get a bucket. Little trouble inbounding the ball. They get it into Jacobs, who now passes up to Kopecky. 5 seconds on the clock. She dribbles out to the right wing. She has to pass over to Jacobs, who fires a deep 3 around the rim and no good. Then nearly got that one to fall. However, it did not. So at the end of one, the Lady Knights lead 16-8 over the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles here in Sioux Falls at O'Gorman High School. Stay tuned for more Lady Knights basketball after the break.
Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness is a third-generation chiropractic practice focusing on inspiring patients to take control of their personal health and the health of their families. Dr. Eric Ferendorf is a 99 O'Gorman alum and is a proud third generation of O'Gorman Cathedral High School graduate, following in the footsteps of his grandfather and uncle. Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness, formerly known as Village Chiropractic Clinic, is located on the northwest corner of 49th Street and Southeastern Avenue. You can reach them at 605-334-8000.
Real Presence Radio will be broadcasting an estimated 42 Sioux Falls O'Gorman girls and boys basketball games in the 2019-2020 season. Tune in to the RPR network on 94.5 FM Sioux Falls, online at yourcatholicradiostation.com, on our free mobile app, and on YouTube at Real Presence Radio Sioux Falls. If your business would like to sponsor our O'Gorman basketball broadcast and have your business's message heard across each of these platforms, contact me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
It'll be Aberdeen possession here to start the second quarter. You're listening to the Lady Knights basketball against the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. That pass is tipped out of bounds by Bergen Riley. It's 16-8 here, just starting the second quarter. A pretty solid competitive game so far. Aberdeen was down by 10, cut it to 8, and then it's been around the 10-point margin so far for a majority of the game. Hedich will swing it over to Jacobs now, who nice pass inside to Kusler. She's going to be fouled. They're going to call hold underneath. I believe they're going to give this one to Ronzik.
Emma, her first.
So Kusler doing a nice job of establishing position inside right now and draws the foul.
That's a 15 foul here.
Ball's inbounded to Bauer, who has a tough shot blocked by Emma Ronzik, and they swing it around now. It's going to be around the perimeter. Kopecky will go off the dribble, picks up her dribble in a little bit of trouble, double teamed by the Knights. Will turn around and fire it over to Jacobs. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Jacobs pulls it out and swings it over to Hedich, who gets it knocked out of her hands by Hannah Ronzik. In transition, will throw it up the court. Tough pass is going to be taken by Kopecky the other way. Kopecky has Kunkel behind her, nearly had it poked from behind. They swing it around. Jacobs, another deep three. That one off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound Bergen-Riley. She's going to be fouled by Brooklyn Kusler. That'll be Kusler's first foul, the Aberdeen Golden Eagles' second team foul.
You as a former quarterback, that was a nice pass, wasn't it?
It was.
Downfield.
It was.
It's a thought that counted there. I like that. I like how she whipped that down there.
So the Knights will bring it across half court now, just under a minute into the second quarter. Nice defense there by Hedich is going to cause a travel from Kunkel. So a nice defensive play there will result in the Golden Eagles getting an extra possession here. It is St. Catherine Drexel and St. Michael's night here today at O'Gorman High School. Some elementary students from the other Bishop O'Gorman Catholic schools in attendance, so shout out to them and their families. As that pass is turned over, and it'll be Knights' possession. They bring it across half court. It's Emma Ronzik. She'll swing it all the way to the corner over to Izzy Moore, who looks inside to Hannah Ronzik. But once again, this stout defense from Aberdeen right now is making it tough inside. They swing it around the perimeter now as Bergen-Riley will have it over to Kunkel. Kunkel back and forth with Riley. And they swing it around again. Finally, Izzy Moore has it in the corner. She'll go off the dribble. Off glass for two. She was fouled on the shot attempt, so she'll head to the line for two shots as she couldn't get it to fall.
But with St. Catherine Drexel and St. Michael here, there's 6 elementary schools. We have those over here every year. Have St. Lambert's, Christ the King, Holy Spirit. Who am I missing? St. Lambert's, my own school. Man, am I getting old.
Izzy Moore's free throw is no good. I would never thought I would hear the day where Dan Johnson didn't mention St. Lambert's on the radio broadcast, and now he forgets that they're even a school in the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic
early.
Schools. So Moore misses the first free throw. Her second free throw is on the way up and good.
Hey, you have your senior moments. You get my age, you're going to have your senior moments. Everybody listen to everything. We have a little fun with this, folks. 17-8, 6:24 left in halftime here. Knights up.
Aberdeen will inbound the ball to Kusler, who now will break the press by herself. Bergen-Riley all over her. She gets across half court. They swing it around now to that's number 11, Hannah Struble in now for the Golden Eagles. Kopecky will come off of a Struble screen, shoot a little mid-range jumper off the rim, no good. Rebound's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Knights' possession. So Hannah Struble, the 5'5 senior, is in for Aberdeen.
And they ran him down to about 11 on the shot clock there.
So that means Melanie Jacobs goes and takes a seat for the Golden Eagles. Jacobs came in and has fired, I think, 3 or 4 3-pointers already, so a pretty good shooter, I would assume, from Melanie Jacobs, as she's taken some deep threes early. The Knights turn it over, and Aberdeen will now have it. They swing it around. That is Jacobs up top now over to Struble. Struble tried to force a pass inside. It's going to be stolen by Izzy Moore, who will go in transition. Swooping layup up and good. A nice tough shot there by Izzy Moore gives the Knights their largest lead of this one, and now they're going to call a travel. I believe that's going to go to Struble. They say Struble walked with it, and now in for the Knights is number 30, Hannah Ronzik.
And 23, Carly Wellman, the sophomore's in for the Golden Eagles.
The Knights will inbound it now, and they'll have it up top on the top of the key. That's Hannah Ronzik dribbling around. She'll fire it over to Izzy Moore now. Izzy will turn over and get it to Emma as they swing it around the perimeter. Now on the right wing, it's Bergen-Riley. Down inside to Emma Ronzik. She'll turn over her right shoulder. Tough scoop shot off glass for 2 is good. Emma Ronzik's got 8 already for the Lady Knights as they lead now 21-8. Some nice dribbling there by Kopecky to break the press. She'll go all alone. Nice swooping layup is going to be no good. Rebound, however, is going to go off of Izzy Moore out of bounds. A nice Euro step by Kopecky to create some separation. Just couldn't get the shot to fall.
Allison Crouch in now for Bergen-Riley. Those in Aberdeen, we have 2 Ronziks and 2 Rileys for the Knights playing.
So Kopecky gets all alone in the corner and knocks down a little baseline mid-range jumper for 2. Kopecky leads the Aberdeen in scoring with 6 already here. About 4:30 left in the second quarter. Knights lead 21-10. As they swing it around the perimeter now, Moore has it on the right wing. She'll dribble to her left, use a screen from Ronzik, and will dribble inside and pull it back out. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Reagan Riley has it down to Ronzik, who swings it over to Moore in the corner. 5 seconds on the shot clock. She'll go off the dribble. Nice slicing move inside. Can't get the finish. Good rebound down low by Kusler, and Aberdeen will control it. They'll bring it across half court now. That's going to be Jacobs swinging it over to Hedich in the corner. Hedich back up top to Wellman, who passes it around to Kopecky. Kopecky will fire it over to Hedich in the corner. Will go off the dribble, get it inside to Kusler, who will go up for two. They're going to call a hold on the ground before the shot, so no shot there as Kusler was held. That foul will go to Hannah Ronzik.
Her second, Isaac.
So Ronzik gets a second foul early here in the first half. There's about 3 minutes and 52 seconds left in the second quarter as Hannah Ronzik picks up her second foul of the night. Aberdeen will swing it around the perimeter. Jacobs fires another three, around and out, no good. In transition now, Hannah Ronzik will have it. She'll go off the dribble, stop, pop, a mid-range jumper around the rim, no good. Rebound, Jacobs. Jacobs will push with Kopecky here as Kopecky goes off the dribble. She's going to get... Kunkel will now get called for a reach-in foul, and that'll be the 7th team foul for the night, so it'll send Kopecky to the free throw line for a 1-on-1 opportunity. Abby Kopecky, the 5'10" junior, has a chance to bring this one into single digits. Her first free throw is up and good, so Kopecky knocks down one of two. Second free throw is on its way. She receives the ball from the ref, will pound it into the ground twice, spin it once, gets ready to fire the second free throw. It is up and good. So Kopecky heads to the line, knocks down two free throws, and the lead is now down to 9. 3:25 left, 21-12, Knights lead. They swing it around the perimeter. Crouch has it on the left wing. Will get it back up top to Ronzik, who fires it inside to her sister, Emma. Passes it out to Reagan Riley, who thought about a three. Will go off the dribble. Nice crafty finish by Reagan Riley off glass for two. Gives the Knights an 11-point lead. So Jacobs will have it as they try to break the press. Pass it to Kusler. Kusler will turn over and pass over to Kopecky. Kopecky has it all alone on the right wing. Tried to pass it down low inside to Kusler, who is establishing position on Riley. They'll swing it all the way over up top to Jacobs, who now swings it back to Kopecky. She'll dribble inside. Another mid-range jumper is good for two. So Abby Kopecky has 10 on the night now for Aberdeen. As that pass is knocked out of bounds by Kusler. Nice defense there by Kusler as the Knights will retain possession. So Kopecky is coming in and scoring the ball really well so far for Aberdeen. She's got 10 of their 14 points, and she leads all scorers.
Allie Bowron now for Aberdeen.
Riley has it on the left elbow. She'll pass over to Crouch in the right corner. They're going to call Crouch with a walk, so Crouch travels before she got that shot off. It is 23-14 now. Aberdeen has possession of the basketball. Aberdeen will inbound it to Jacobs, who has Crouch one-on-one with her in the backcourt. She brings it across the half-court line, crossover dribble to create some separation. She'll pass it over now to Kopecky, who picks up her dribble and passes it back to Jacobs. Jacobs working it around the perimeter now with Hedich as she fires one over to Kopecky, trying to get it inside to Kusler, who's being absolutely denied by Emma Ronzik. Finally, they get it into Kusler, who then throws it over to Kopecky as it was tipped out of bounds by Hannah Ronzik. So Kusler had to save it from going out of bounds. Did so and threw it off of Hannah Ronzik's fingertips out of bounds. So with 10 seconds on the shot clock, Aberdeen will keep possession. They'll fire it over to the corner. Kopecky, another mid-range jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound is going to go to Aberdeen. However, it's going to be tied up. It's going to be a jump ball, and it will be O'Gorman possession.
Bergen Riley and Izzy Moore just came in for the Knights. Kunkel and Reagan Riley taking a breather here.
Moore will bring it across to half court. She'll come off of a screen from Ronzik and will go off the dribble. She's got Bergen Riley in the corner, doesn't see her, and swings it back to Hannah Ronzik. Hannah Ronzik over to Crouch now, who will go off dribble inside. She's going to be fouled by Hedich. So the block will be charged to Hedich. That'll be her first foul, the fourth Aberdeen team foul of the half. All players for Aberdeen have one foul besides Kopecky. Moore uses a real nice crafty move inside to go up off glass for 2 to increase the lead to 11 now as Moore has 7 on the night. Hedich dribbles inside, has nothing, will try to swing it over to Jacobs. It was tipped off of Crouch's hand out of bounds. Crouch displeased by that call.
I love it when our guards are a little aggressive like that. There she is again.
Crouch knocks that one straight out of bounds into the feet of some OG students. So Hedich will inbound it now to Kopecky. Kopecky will turn over and pass to Hedich. Hedich will take a elbow jumper off glass for 2. So Hedich knocks home the elbow jumper to cut the lead to 9 for the Lady Knights. A minute 15 left on the clock here in the first half. Knights lead by 9. Aberdeen will come out in a zone look defensively. They'll swing it around the perimeter. Moore picks up her dribble and pass over to Emma Ronzik. Emma Ronzik swings it over to Bergen Riley. Thought about a 3 from the left wing, decided otherwise. Now Emma will go off the dribble inside. Real tough shot by Emma Ronzik, no good. Rebound Aberdeen. Aberdeen with a chance to cut into the lead a little more here as Jacobs will dribble inside. A little mid-range jumper sails well over the rim, no good. Moore nearly had it poked away by Jacobs with 30 seconds on the shot clock, 40 on the game clock. The Knights will slow things down. Moore will dribble over to the left wing and fire a pass all the way over to Bergen Riley, who fires a 3 from the right wing. That one's around and out, no good. However, Izzy Moore winds up with the rebound. 30 seconds left in the half. They'll pass into Bergen Riley, who will swing it over to Hannah Ronzik. She'll go off the dribble inside, pass over to Bergen, who is going to walk with it. So Bergen Riley will get called for the traveling violation. It'll be another turnover for the Lady Knights, and it'll give Aberdeen possession with 18 and a half seconds left here in the second quarter. Kopecky will have the inbound pass. 15 now on the clock as she dribbles with Reagan Riley all over her in defense. A nice spin around move creates some separation, and she'll now hand it to Jacobs. 5 seconds left in the half. Kopecky has it on the right wing. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Kopecky, tough mid-range jumper off the front of the rim, no good. A little bit short, and that'll do it for the first half. So the Lady Knights lead 25-16 over the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles here at the end of the half. Stick around for the Knights of Columbus field agent Jeff Gillen's halftime show after the break. You're listening to Real Presence Radio Network.
Do you have daily pain and discomfort that includes headaches, neck and back pain, and arm and leg numbness? Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic provides gentle adjusting, x-ray evaluation, rehabilitation, and massage therapy to treat these symptoms. Hagan Chiropractic Clinic is located on 14th and Cliff, 6 blocks north of Avera Hospital.
Hi, this is Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic. Don't say ouch, call me at 361-OUCH.
Pregnant, one word, many emotions. Sioux Falls Catholic Family Services is ready to support you by providing free and confidential counseling to birth parents regardless of faith or ethnic origin. For more information, to speak with a pregnancy counselor, or to schedule an appointment, call Catholic Family Services at 605-988-3775 or email cfs@sfcatholic.org.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kofc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call Jeff Gillen at 605-759-7204. That's 605-759-7204.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, welcome to the O'Gorman Knights Halftime Show, brought to you by your Knights of Columbus field agent for Sioux Falls and the Southeast South Dakota area, Jeff Gillen.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School, where the Lady Knights lead the Golden Eagles 25-16 at the end of the first half. If you're listening to us out in the Hub City, thank you for joining us today in some nice, highly contested girls AA basketball action. The boys team will be playing tonight at the Pentagon around 8 o'clock. They are set to tip off against St. Thomas More, the number 1 ranked team out of Class A. So a pretty competitive game so far in the first half. The Knights had the lead up to as much as 11, and Aberdeen's kept it around the 9 or 10 margin the whole second quarter. What do you think's going well for the Lady Knights, and what do you think's going well for Aberdeen so far?
Well, the Knights are playing a little quicker. I mean, they're coming out. We talked about they need to come out fast and play hard and aggressive, and that's what they're doing. But I'm very, very impressed with the caliber of the talent that Aberdeen has. You know they're well coached. But she can take anything and put together, and that's what she's done. And she has a for Aberdeen only having an 8-5 record, they're pretty darn good. They're a quick ball team. We're holding them in the press a little bit, but we're giving them the 10, 12-footer jump shots, and that's what they're getting here. They're not getting much inside. Everything's probably 10, 15 foot from the outside perimeter. So
Kopecky leads all scorers right now with 10 points as she's knocked down 3 shots from around that mid-range free throw line-ish area, as Kopecky is doing a great job of getting off the dribble inside to create some opportunities to score, and she's doing a really good job of converting on those opportunities.
In Aberdeen's young, they have 2 seniors on the team, and you look at some of these sophomores and freshmen they're playing for Aberdeen, it's like they're going to be there. They're going to next few years. Aberdeen's still going to be there, but Aberdeen's a fun team to watch. Like I said, their 8-5 record doesn't do them any justice.
And they're on a hot streak as of lately, winning 4 out of their last 5. They just upended Sioux Falls Roosevelt last night at Roosevelt. So Aberdeen playing their best basketball here down this later stretch of the season. And that's exactly what you want to do, especially with a well-coached team. You know that they're going to be playing their best basketball later on in the season. So Aberdeen is down by 9, and OG's kind of held it at that length so far, but it feels a lot closer than it is.
But with Kusler, I mean, that's a basketball name. Everybody in the States heard that name and around, but it's tough for them gals, the Aberdeen, to contest against Emma Ronzik. It's hard for them to cover her in the paint and stuff. So I think that's where Emma's leading the half right now. What does she have?
She's got 8 on the night. Yep.
8 points, and all 4 baskets have been in the paint. And it's hard for Aberdeen anybody, but especially, Aberdeen's having a hard time controlling her.
They're a little bit undersized regarding Emma, but they have played some physical defense. It's just been Emma getting some of those longer-armed chances on some over-the-top high-low passes that have converted into layups down low. And Aberdeen's doing a pretty good job so far contesting Emma Ronzik, but if Emma keeps getting those opportunities, she's going to start making them pay more and more often in this second half.
Okay, so coming up next on our Inside O'Gorman segment, we'll find out what O'Gorman gymnast was the Sanford Health Athlete of the Week and how the Knights gymnastic team did last night in the East-West State qualifier. You're listening to Real Presence Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Jardine Construction is a general contractor of custom homes, remodeling, and commercial construction. Jardine Construction works in close cooperation with project owners and customers when developing a plan for a building or home. Jardine Construction has lots available in Sioux Falls, Hartford, and Humboldt. John can be reached at 605-231-0830 and Tom at 605-261-6174.
Community. It's at the heart of everything we do at First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. From supporting area athletics to funding academic scholarships, we continually seek new ways to improve and strengthen communities we serve. At the heart of these communities are people, our customers, and our employees. We work hard to ensure our customers are successful and our communities thrive. It's the Premier way. It's what community banking is all about. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Locally grown, nationally known.
And welcome back to the Inside O'Gorman segment here. It's the next week it's the state gymnastics up in Aberdeen, and last night, or this week, Gorman the senior was named the Sanford Health Athlete of the Week and with gymnastics, and that was Ava Manning, the senior, and I've watched her grow up here the last 5-6 years at OG and stuff, and that's heck of a soccer player, too.
Absolutely, and that OG gymnastics team just punched their ticket to state as they, from their Twitter page, they crushed it in the East-West Championships. OG gymnastics take first place at the East-West qualifier with a score of 137.475. Lincoln took second and Roosevelt took third, and OG took first by just over 2 points. So a really impressive showing from the gymnastics team as they get ready to head to state. They're a well-coached group as well, so it's going to be fun to see those ladies perform on that gymnastics team.
And they're coached by Sky Bork. Assistant coach is Jose Gasper and Lana Bauer-White, which we all know Lana. And, they got a good group, and Sky does very well. So I'm going to butcher some of these names, folks, so I'm going to apologize because some of these kids, we have, there's some 8th graders there, some freshmen. There's a 7th grader on the team and 3 seniors. So on the Lady Knights Gorman team is Rose Dvorak, Rhea Manning, Jaden Robbins, Peyton Stephenson, Emily Doherty, Daphne Clausen, Caitlin Doherty, Auburn Dexter, Grace Miller, Shannon Hyman, Paige Clausen, Ava Manning, Pam Tongstead, and Katie Kolb. And that's the Lady Knights as they prepare for the state gymnastics championship next Friday and Saturday up at Aberdeen High School. And they're always there.
And Dan, they should be on the South Dakota Public TV website. They'll be live streaming those Friday and Saturday, so there'll be links on there if you want to watch the Night Girls in action. Just go to South Dakota Public TV, and they will have all of that. And the team portion, I believe, is on the first day, and then the individuals on the second day. So, and I'll try to interview Sky. Probably it'll be after the state meet, so we'll probably hear from her in about another week for Inside O'Gorman. So good luck to those ladies.
And also going on here today, actually Thursday, Friday, and today, and it concludes at 5 o'clock at the state one-act play contest here put on by the South Dakota High School Activity Association. There was 46 schools across the state competed here the last 3 days. Every 45 minutes was a new play, and the awards will be given out at 5 o'clock this afternoon here. And so also today is the O'Gorman Knights is wrestling down at Yankton, and then again tonight we have the O'Gorman boys taking on St. Thomas More, Catholic versus Catholic at the Pentagon, and we'll be broadcasting that game at 8 o'clock. So,
and I got to do a quick plug, Dan. Christ the King will be having a pancake breakfast tomorrow morning after the 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. masses. So,
you got anything for St. Lambert, Stan?
No.
Okay.
Bishop O'Gorman, Inside O'Gorman, brought to you by Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools. Our 6 elementary schools, junior high, and high schools amplify gospel values, strong student achievement, and community service. Each and every school dedicated to a mission of forming a community of faith and learning by promoting the Catholic way of life through gospel value and academic excellence. And the Knights of Columbus halftime show is sponsored by Jeff Gillen. Jeff Gillen is your Knights of Columbus field agent for Sioux Falls and Southeast South Dakota area for term life, whole life, long-term care insurance, retirement planning. Jeff can be contacted at 759-7204. Knights of Columbus Insurance, Jeff Gillen. We thank him very much. We thank Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools for sponsoring the O'Gorman segment. We're ready to tip off the second half. Knights up 25-16. Isaac Struck.
Kopecky will now have it on the right wing as Aberdeen starts with the possession here to start the second half. Kopecky will swing it around inside to Bauer, who passes it out to Jacobs. They move the ball well around the perimeter as Hedich finds Jacobs over to Kopecky. Kopecky with 15 on the shot clock will get it inside to Bauer. They kick it out to Jacobs, who fires a 3 from the right wing, and she buries it. So Jacobs hits her second 3 of the afternoon to get this lead down to 6 now for the Lady Knights. Nice offensive possession there from the Golden Eagles. Moore will swing it around the perimeter now. It'll be Reagan Riley on the left wing. They get it out to Kunkel. She'll fire a 3 from the right wing. That one a little bit too short, no good. Rebound Kusler, and Aberdeen will have it across half court now. It's Jacobs bringing it across the timeline. But she'll pass it inside, and it was kicked by Hannah Ronzik, so a kickball violation will keep the possession with the Golden Eagles.
Hannah throws it over the other ref and went the other way. Dawn standing over there, and she throws it far, crosses over.
So Hedich will inbound it now to Jacobs, who the Knights are playing a zone here, so Kopecky now has it on the right corner. She'll get it inside to Kusler, whose elbow jumper falls, and just like that, Aberdeen has cut the lead to 4. So the Golden Eagles come out scoring the basketball well here in the second half and have cut the lead from 9 to 4. Ronzik will pass it up top to Riley, who gets it over to Kunkel. Kunkel looks inside and will kick it out to Hannah Ronzik, who fires a 3 from the left wing that rattles around and in. Hannah Ronzik answers the Aberdeen scoring run with a 3 of her own to give her 8 on the night.
That was a 5-0 run there, and she
squandered it, to put it simply. Hedich will now have it and pass it inside to Kusler. It's going to be knocked out of her hands by Hannah Ronzik. She's going to tie up the ball on the floor, it'll be OG possession. So a nice play defensively there by Hannah Ronzik will give the Knights another possession.
She's a scrappler, isn't she? Everybody talks about Emma. Emma, no doubt, by far the best player in the state this year. But you look at her sister, number 30, to Hannah, the 5'10" sophomore coming up. She's pretty darn good too, folks.
So Izzy Moore will dribble between her legs, pass over to Emma Ronzik, who fires a three from the right wing. That one's a little too strong, no good. Rebound, however, by Kunkel, who goes inside up off glass for two. And just like that, the Knights answer with a 5-0 run of their own to increase the lead to 9. Kopecky had the pass thrown to her by Jacobs. It was well too out of her reach, straight out of bounds into the Aberdeen bench. It'll be Knights possession. Tough turnover there for the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles as the momentum is starting to shift its way back into the O'Gorman Knights' hands. They're going to call Hedich with a block as she tried to cut off Kunkel from the screen, used a little too much of the body, and is going to get called for the foul. That'll be Hedich's second foul, so the freshman picks up her second foul of the game.
We give a shout out to Uncle Mark, Carly's uncle out in Denver, listening to us on our app, Real Presence Radio app.
That ball was brought by Kunkel, who had some pressure applied to her by the Golden Eagles. It went off of her knee and out of bounds, so it will be a turnover for the Lady Knights. Swinging it around the perimeter now. Hedich has it on the left wing. Over to Kopecky. Kopecky will go off the dribble and kick it out to Jacobs. She fires a three from the right wing, a little too strong, no good. Rebound, Emma Ronzik. Jacobs has come out and been firing threes left and right for Aberdeen. She's got 6 on the night.
And that foul is on Kopecky. She picks up her
first foul of the game. So the Knights will have it now with 5:23 left in the third quarter. Knights lead 30-21. If you're joining us out in Aberdeen, thanks for listening. It's been a pretty fun, contested battle so far. Aberdeen just cut the lead from 9-4, and then OG went on a 5-0 run of their own to increase the lead back up to 9. Ronzik now has it. She'll come off of a Kunkel screen, pass over to Moore in the corner. She'll now use a Ronzik screen to bring it up top. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Reagan Riley thought about a three. She'll go off the dribble inside, loses control of it, and Hedich will now have it in transition. She pushes up the floor very quickly. Euro step move outside, and Hedich goes right up off glass for 2. So a really nice play by Taryn Hedich to run the entire length of the floor and get a layup on the other end. Kunkel now has it. She'll pass over to Emma Ronzik, who tries to get it inside to Hannah. Hannah now turns over her right shoulder, doesn't have anything, and will kick it out to Kunkel. She'll fire a three from the left wing. That one a little bit too strong, no good. Nice shot there from Kunkel, was just a little too strong off the back of the iron. And now Aberdeen will control the ball. They have a chance to cut it to an even slimmer margin here on this possession. They'll swing it around to Kopecky, who gets it right back over to Hedich. She stops, pops, fires a mid-range well too long. That winds up in the hands of Bauer, who then had to throw a pass before stepping out of bounds. It got taken away by Hannah Ronzik, and now the Knights will have it. They'll swing it around. It's Reagan Riley over to Carly Kunkel, who will go off the dribble inside. Swooping move by Carly Kunkel. A real crafty finish by the senior as she goes off glass for 2. She came inside, brought the ball over her head in the air, and went up off glass for 2. A really nice play there by Carly Kunkel.
She's aggressive, takes it to the hoop. That's that spark that the Gorman Knights need. It starts with Carly.
Absolutely. Kopecky now has it on the right wing. The Knights playing a zone. The pass inside to Kusler was tipped out of the hands, and now the Knights will have it in transition. Hannah Ronzik will go inside, and it's going to be tipped out of her hands now by Jacobs. It winds up into Hedich's hands, and now a full timeout is going to be called by Coach Seiler and the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. So with 3:19 left in the third quarter, Aberdeen takes their second timeout of the game. You're listening to Real Presence Radio Network, KSTJ 91.3 FM and 88.9 FM Hartford. That is the timeout by Aberdeen. We'll be back after the break.
Value Visor helps people and businesses discover, improve, and get the value from their businesses. With multi-certified valuation and mergers and acquisition advisors, they understand the complexities of valuations and negotiating in the mergers and acquisitions marketplace. For more information, you can contact Jameson Rounds, managing partner of Value Visor, at 605-370-6931 or online at valuevisor.com. Real estate through Murphy Business, Dakota Lakes.
And welcome back here. 3:19 in the third. O'Gorman Knights 32, Aberdeen Golden Eagles 23. And again, we'd like to welcome 106.7 FM Hub City Radio as they are picking up our simulcast. I'm Dan Johnson along with O'Gorman grad Isaac Struck here to give you a good ball game this afternoon. Here we are, 3:19 in the third. Aberdeen Central is playing, I think, their 8-4 record doesn't do them any justice.
Absolutely. They've been really hot as of late, winning 4 out of their last 5. Is that turnover there, a double dribble is going to be called on Aberdeen. That's going to go to Jacobs. So the Knights will now have possession after the turnover. Yeah, Aberdeen had a good game last night at Sioux Falls Roosevelt, upending the number 5th ranked team in AA girls. So Izzy Moore will now have it on the right wing. In a little bit of trouble, we'll pass it out to Bergen Riley, well up by the half-court line as they now get it inside to Emma Ronzik. She turns over a nice block by Kusler as she sends Ronzik to the floor. She got all ball there, a nice block by Kusler. Now Kopecky will go up off glass as Kusler gets the rebound from Kopecky, went right back up with it, got fouled by Bergen Riley, and it will send Kusler to the line for 2.
Into the Knights is Emma and Hannah Ronzik, Izzy Moore, Allison Crouch, and Bergen Riley.
So Kusler's first of 2 free throws is around and in and good. Kusler now has 4 points on the night for Aberdeen. Her second free throw on the way here. It is up and it is good. It rolls around the rim.
Whoa.
It looked off from where I was standing and then it rolled around the rim and in.
We're right behind you, Gorman basket here on the north end of the court.
Kusler knocks down both free throws to give her 5 on the night and cut the lead to 7 for Aberdeen. Ronzik has it now. She'll turn over her left shoulder, go up off glass, around and out, no good. She gets her own rebound, goes right back up with it, and she scores it. 34-25, Lady Knights lead. Ronzik has 10. Ronzik and Kopecky lead both squads with 10 each on the night.
I like it how she stayed with it to get that rebound and take it back.
Kopecky gets it inside to Kusler, who goes tough up for a shot as it was blocked and now going to be called for a foul. Kusler banging around inside with Ronzik is going to go up for 2. Got fouled, she'll head to the line for 2 more free throws. So back-to-back possessions where they get it inside to Kusler, who draws contact. Her first free throw is up and good.
Izzy Moore's out. Carly Kunkel's back in for the Knights. That foul was on Bergen Riley. She just picked up back-to-back.
So Kusler, who knocked down the first 3, her 4th free throw is on the way. It is up, and that one is no good. So Kusler goes 3 out of 4 from the line in 2 straight possessions. And now they're going to call Hedich with a foul on Crouch.
Did you notice that red hat Brett's got? I thought that was Nebraska cap.
You mean the hat that he found in the dumpster, that USD hat?
You get a Goodwill, Brett?
Yeah, goodness gracious.
We got to pick on Brett, folks, our producer.
Pass inside now to Emma Ronzik, who passes it over to Kunkel, swings it back up top. Top of the key, 3 is off the mark, no good. That was from Hannah Ronzik. It hit the back of the iron, went up and tickled the wire, so that's going to be an out of bounds.
Minute 51, 34-26 in the third.
Wellman in for Aberdeen, inbounds it to Kopecky as she'll bring it across half court. 8-point lead for the Lady Knights. Now Wellman has it on the right corner. She's looking inside to Bauer. We'll get it to Jacobs instead. Jacobs now has it at the top of the key. She'll go off the dribble and swing it over to Kopecky. Kopecky on the left wing will dribble inside. Know what we're doing. She goes up for a tough jumper that got blocked right out of her hands. It'll be Knights possession. Ronzik will come in transition, find Bergen Riley at the top of the key, who thought about a 3, passes it over to Kunkel, and Kunkel will now dribble inside, kick it out to Ronzik for a 3. Hannah Ronzik's 3 rattles home, and the Knights have an 11-point lead. Jacobs has it now as she's got Crouch in defense. She brings it across half court, crosses over. She'll pass it to Kopecky, who will go off the dribble inside. Tough finish for Kopecky, around the rim, no good. She was fouled, however. So that'll send Abby Kopecky to the line. The 5'10" junior will have a trip for 2.
And that's Hannah's 3rd, Isaac.
So Ronzik picks up her 3rd foul. She leads all scorers right now with 11. Her sister Emma with 10, and Abby Kopecky with 10 and at the free throw line for Aberdeen as she knocks down her first.
Izzy Moore's now in for Hannah. Minute left in the third. He's going to set her to probably the fourth quarter.
So Kopecki's second free throw, as she receives the ball from the ref, she will point out who's guarding who, dribbles it twice, spins it in her hands. Her second free throw is on the way. It is up and good. So Kopecki knocks down both free throws. She's now got 12 on the night, and the Aberdeen cuts the Knights' lead to 9. The Golden Eagles here need a nice defensive stop as Bergen Riley now has it on the right wing. She'll pass it over to Moore. Thought about a three. She'll dribble inside. Has nothing doing. We'll kick it out to Bergen Riley, who fires a three from the right wing. That one's off the rim, no good. Rebound goes to Kusler, so the Golden Eagles get a nice stop there on defense. Now Jacobs will bring it across half court. Jacobs will go off the dribble, and she'll try to get it over to Kusler, who now has to step out beyond the three-point line to get the pass. She'll pass it over to Wellman, who will now dribble it over and get it nearly knocked out of her hands by Crouch. And now they'll get it over to Bauer. Bauer goes off the dribble, tries to swing it over to Kopecki, had it knocked out of her hands by Izzy Moore. It'll be Golden Eagles possession here with 11 seconds. I thought Bauer had a chance to get to the hoop, however, passed out of it. It was tipped off of Moore's hands out of bounds. So 10 seconds left here on the shot clock. 5 on the shot clock. Kopecki has it on the right wing. She dribbles, step back, has 3 seconds left. They'll have to shoot a shot. Wellman gets it inside to Kusler, who tries to go up for the shot. However, the clock has expired. So a shot clock violation for Aberdeen will give the Knights possession here with 5.2 seconds left in the third quarter. Kunkel will go behind the back. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left. She's going to have to get a tough shot off. Kunkel's three is off the back of the iron, no good, from about 25-ish feet. So at the end of the third quarter, the Lady Knights lead the Golden Eagles 37-28 here at O'Gorman High School in Sioux Falls. Stay tuned for the end of the game in the fourth quarter here in what's been an exciting game so far on Real Presence Radio Network.
At McGuire Iron, we protect and store quality water for people and communities across the country. We are family-owned and operated and have been building and maintaining America's water tower infrastructure for over 100 years. We pride ourselves on using faith principles in our business practices every day. This deep faith in the church is why we support the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic School System. From all of us at McGuire Iron and the Jones family, we wish all O'Gorman students and student athletes good luck this year.
Did you know you can listen to the RPR network when you're on the go? Just search for Real Presence Radio in your app store. Listen live to any station across the network at any time, so you can stay connected to your local community from wherever you are. Plus, if you miss a program, the Real Presence Radio app is your one-stop shop for local and national podcasts, including our signature show, Real Presence Live. The Real Presence Radio app, with you every step of your faith journey.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School, where Aberdeen will have possession here to start the fourth quarter. They trail the Lady Knights by 9, 37-28. Kusler will have it and hand off to Jacobs now, who has it up top. She'll swing it over to Kopecki. Kopecki will stop, pop a mid-range jumper around the rim, and good. It hit the front of the iron, bounced straight up and fell back through to cut the lead to 7 now for the Lady Knights.
Starting 5's in for the Knights at the beginning of the fourth.
As well as for the Golden Eagles, they keep their original starting 5 out on the floor. So Riley will pass over to Ronzik, who now has it. She'll go off the dribble, kick it back out to Reagan Riley, who thought about taking a three, however, passed it away. Izzy Moore now has it on the left wing. She'll use a Riley screen. Nothing doing. We'll get it back to Reagan Riley. 8 seconds on the shot clock here. They get it inside to Emma Ronzik, who will go tough shot off glass, no good. Rebound's going to be bounced around inside. It will go off of Izzy Moore's hands out of bounds. So with 1 second on the shot clock, it'll be Aberdeen possession now. Looked like it may have been anyone's ball down there. The ref, however, with a better angle from us, confirmed that it was off of Izzy Moore's hand and out of bounds. So Aberdeen gets a nice stop on the defensive end.
They always have a better angle than us.
Bauer finds Kusler inside, who kicks it back out to Kopecki. It's going to roll nearly to the half-court line as it was just cut off by Jacobs. 15 on the shot clock. Kopecki has it at the top of the key. She'll go off the dribble to her left, pick it up, and swing it back over to the right to Jacobs. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Bauer has it. She'll take a shot that is blocked out of her hands by Emma Ronzik, and now OG has it in transition. Hannah Ronzik will slow things down now as she goes inside, turns over her left shoulder. Tough shot off the rim, no good. They're going to say that she traveled before the foul was called.
That was a WNBA move there.
So Hannah travels, and that'll be a turnover for the Lady Knights. It'll be Aberdeen possession. Lady Knights lead by 7 over the Golden Eagles, 37-30 in a pretty low-scoring affair. Kopecky has it inside now to Kusler, who swings it right back outside to Jacobs, and now back inside to Bauer. Bauer will turn over and pass to Hedich, who now controls it at the top of the key. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Her pass inside is going to be tipped away by Hannah Ronzik, end up in Kunkel's hand, who then throws it in transition. Hedich takes a wild tumble to the floor to try to keep it in bounds. It's going to go off of her foot out of bounds. It'll be Lady Knights possession.
She slid into home. She was safe, but she went out of bounds.
Hedich tumbled to the floor as she did a frontward somersault from around the volleyball line just outside of the right wing and slid all the way down to the corner of the baseline. Head first, tumbled into the bleachers, gets up perfectly fine.
Good hustle, though.
Emma Ronzik's tough shot will fall a little bit short. Rebound controlled by Kopecky. Kopecky will bring it in transition, pass it over to Hedich. Hedich will swing it back up top to Jacobs, and Jacobs will slow things down, set up the offense for Aberdeen. They trail by 7, have a chance to cut it to 5 or 4, make it a 2-possession ball game. Jacobs now has it on the left wing. She'll pass over to Kopecky. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. This Knights zone is causing a little bit of fits on the offensive end for Aberdeen. Kopecky, a nice tough jumper, falls. Kopecky with the stop and pop mid-range. She now has 16 on the night for Aberdeen and leads all scorers. 37-32, Knights lead by 5. Reagan Riley now has it up top. She'll pass over to Kunkel, who looks inside to Emma Ronzik, however, swings it over to Hannah Ronzik. Carly now inside to Emma, who turns over, passes to Hannah. They're going to call a foul on Aberdeen. It's going to be charged to number 10, Jacobs. Melanie Jacobs picks up her second foul, the 5'5 junior. The inbound pass to Ronzik, who thought about a free throw jumper, will take one dribble in, shoot a tougher elbow shot that does not fall. A little too strong, no good. So Aberdeen has the possession now. They trail by 5, a chance to cut it to a 1-possession ball game for the first time since the second quarter. Kopecky, nice move to create some separation. However, her shot falls. A nice little jab step sent the defender flying. She had an open shot that sailed a little bit too short. Moore will now bring it across half court. Hannah Ronzik has it. She'll use a Moore screen. She'll come over and pass it to Kunkel in the corner. Kunkel's 3 from the right corner is good. Carly Kunkel knocks home a 3 from the right corner.
That was critical.
She's got 10 on the night.
That was a critical time right there.
40-32, Knights lead. A timeout by Coach Seiler in Aberdeen. That's going to be another full timeout. Her last full. She'll have 2:30 left. So with 4:01 in the fourth quarter, the Lady Knights lead the Golden Eagles 40-32 at O'Gorman High School. Stay tuned for a fun finish on Real Presence Radio Network.
Real Presence Radio is now on Google Assistant devices, including Google Home, phones, tablets, and smart displays. To start this action, say something like, "Okay, Google, talk to Real Presence Radio." It will then ask what station you want to play, to which you can respond, "Play Sioux Falls," or "Play AM 970," or "Play WWEN. From there, you can use words like play, pause, and stop. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere, now on Google Assistant devices.
And welcome back here to Sioux Falls. 4:01 left in regulation. O'Gorman Knights 40, Aberdeen Golden Eagles 32. You're listening to KSTJ 91.3 FM, 88.9 FM, and we'd like to thank 106.7 Hub City Radio in Aberdeen for picking us up this afternoon as we give you the O'Gorman Aberdeen Central girls basketball game this afternoon. So it's going down the wire. Aberdeen's not going away, and Aberdeen's staying right with it. They get it down. They got it with 4. Knights come back and up by 8 there, so they cut that lead, down to 4 and come back. So it's like Aberdeen just struggled. They're right in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Aberdeen had it to 4, had a chance to cut it to a 1-possession game. And then OG answered with a little run to cut it, or to expand the lead to 8. Aberdeen will now have it as Jacobs has it Swings it over now to Hedich, who has it on the right wing. Tried to force a pass inside to Kusler. It's going to be tipped off of Ronzik out of bounds. So Aberdeen will retain possession here. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Bergen Riley in for Carly Kunkel defensively for the Lady Knights.
Eamon, Hannon, Ronzik, Bergen Riley, Izzy Moore, Ellison Crouch in for the Knights.
Hedich has to fire one in. Finally gets it into Jacobs with around 4 seconds on the count there from the referee. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hedich will dribble inside. Tough elbow jumper. A little bit too short, no good. Rebound goes to Hannah Ronzik. She's going to be fouled from behind by Aberdeen.
Bauer?
I believe they're going to give it to... Nope. They're going to give it to Kopecky. So Kopecky picks up her second foul.
15 foul for the Golden Eagles here in the second half.
2 more and the Lady Knights are in the bonus. The Lady Knights have 3 fouls of their own. Crouch bringing it around, will swing it over to Izzy Moore. She'll take a 3 from the wing and she buries it. So Izzy Moore knocks down a crucial 3-pointer for the Lady Knights to give their lead to 11 now. As Kopecky has it on the right wing, Aberdeen needs to be in go mode here on the offensive end. Kusler now passes it over to Jacobs. She has it on the right wing. We'll get it to Bauer inside now to Kusler. Kusler will go up off glass, around and out.
Oh.
Nearly had the and one. It rolled off the rim incredibly slow and just rolled out. So Kusler will head to the line for 2 free throws as they trail by 11.
But to me, Aberdeen's got to be a little bit more aggressive in the ball now. They can't run that clock. They got to get down there and take that shot right away if they got a chance at this.
Kusler's first free throw is up and good, so Kusler now has 7 on the night for Aberdeen. 4 of her points have come from the line so far. As Kusler's second free throw rattles home and good. I believe that's actually her 6th point from the free throw line.
Well, they're about, 75% from the line today? Good shooting free throw team.
Crouch has it now. She'll dribble inside, go off the dribble. Tough shot off glass is a little short, no good. Rebound, however, is going to roll around. It's going to wind up in Jacobs' hands, who gets it over to Hedich, who will now go in transition across half court. Nearly lost it, picks up her own dribble. They're going to call Crouch with a hold on the left arm of Hedich. That'll be Crouch's second foul of the game. So 2:38 left. Aberdeen has it, down 9. They'll inbound the ball now to Jacobs. Jacobs will come off of the dribble. Over to the left side now. She's got a screen waiting from Kusler. However, she decides to pass to Kusler, who gets it over to Kopecky. Kopecky gets it over to Hedich, who swings it back to Jacobs. Jacobs is in a lot of trouble. Finally gets it out to Hedich. Hedich gets it to Kopecky. Kopecky will come off the dribble inside. Lost it out of her hands. Regains possession between her legs. Winds up in the hands of Bauer. I'm not sure if it was intentional or not. She reached down to grab the ball. It popped between her legs perfectly into the hands of Bauer on the other block, who went up right off glass for 2 all alone. So just like that, the Knights will take a timeout. It will be a full timeout. So with exactly 2 minutes left here in the fourth quarter, the Lady Knights lead the Golden Eagles 43-36. We'll take a break and be back after this. You're listening to Real Presence Radio Network.
When you look to the future, is the road there inevitable? It's not. That's why O'Gorman education matters. It's where you'll grow in your faith, be challenged, celebrate, and become part of a community. These are the moments that will shape your life. This is where your path will unfold. What are you waiting for? You belong in blue.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kofc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call Jeff Gillen at 605-759-7204. That's 605-759-7204.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School, where the Lady Knights lead by 7. They have possession of the ball. It'll be Kunkel bringing it across to the right side of the floor. She's got a screen waiting from Hannah Ronzik, uses it and passes over now to Hannah Ronzik. Inside down to Emma. She's got two defenders all over her. Tough scoop shot off the glass, no good. Rebound, Izzy Moore. She's going to be fouled by Kopecky underneath. So Kopecky will pick up her third foul of the game. 1:44 left. The Knights will have a fresh 35-second shot clock, leading by 7 with 1:44 here in the fourth quarter. They'll inbound it to Emma Ronzik, who has it at the top of the key. She'll pass over to Izzy Moore, who looks right to left, doesn't have anything going. She'll dribble out to half court, pass over to Reagan Riley now. The Knights are going to hold as much clock as they can here as they'll move it around the perimeter to Emma Ronzik. Back over to Hannah. She'll go off the dribble over to Emma. Emma finds Izzy Moore in the corner for three. That one too short, no good. Good rebound inside by Kusler. And Aberdeen has a chance here to cut it to a two-possession ball game.
They have to push it, though.
Aberdeen getting set on the offensive end. They'll find Kopecky, who will go off the dribble. Has nothing doing, tries to get it inside to Kusler. They do. She'll turn over her right shoulder. Tough shot is going to be no good. The rebound, however, is going to be corralled by the Knights. It'll go to a jump ball that will remain Lady Knights' possession. So just like that, Aberdeen's going to take a timeout now. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here.
How many times has Emma been on the floor tonight?
It seems like more than often.
More than the other games. We've covered majority of the ball games. And, she's just playing there. 43-36, $1:30 to go in regulation. Knights up. Knights have 4 players in double figures.
Aberdeen is led by Kopecky. She's got 16 on the night to lead all scorers, as well as Kusler has 8, Jacobs has 6, Hedich has 4, and Bauer has 2. So all of the starters for Aberdeen are on the board, as well as for the Knights. 4 players in double figures out of the starters for the Knights, and Reagan Riley has a bucket of her own.
And Aberdeen has 6 fouls here. One more, and we'll be going to bonus.
So a 7-point lead for O'Gorman. They have a little trouble getting the inbound pass. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Hedich.
Good defense by Aberdeen. Only took a second off, minute 2.
Moore will be inbounding now. She'll try to get it into Emma. Has nothing doing. She has to inbound it to Hannah Ronzik, who dribbles across half court. She's guarded heavily by Hedich. They try to reach for it, and they're going to call a reaching foul on Hedich. So Hedich is going to pick up her 4th foul of the contest. With just under a minute left, it'll send Hannah Ronzik to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. Hannah, a pretty good free throw shooter, had 17 points last night in the second half to help lead a comeback over Harrisburg. Goes to the line and knocks down her first.
If I miss something, this is the second time we've been in the line this game. And Hannah was the other one, was there.
So Hannah Ronzik knocks down both. So a low number of trips to the free throw line tonight for the O'Gorman Knights. Hedich goes in transition, finds Kopecky on the baseline. As now the Knights will, Aberdeen knocks home the jumper. The Knights will inbound it now. 44 seconds left in the game. They bring it across half court. About a 13-second difference between shot and game clock. They're going to foul Reagan Riley, who will now go to the line. They are waiting for it to get out of the hands of Hannah Ronzik. They get it to Reagan Riley and immediately foul.
Smart.
So Riley will step up to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. She dribbles twice, free throw on the way. Around and out, no good. However, it's going to be rebounded by Hannah Ronzik. And now they're going to have to come out and foul either Emma or Carly Kunkel.
2 seconds difference on the shot clock, game clock.
So Aberdeen is just playing some straight-up defense right now. And finally, they're going to get a foul called on Aberdeen, so it'll send Reagan Riley back to the free throw line. So 22 seconds left here in regulation. 45-38, Lady Knights lead.
A good heads up by Hannah, get that rebound.
Reagan will step up and knock home this free throw. So she makes the first. Second is on its way. She receives the ball from the ref, dribbles it twice, fires away for the second free throw. It's up and good. So Reagan Riley knocks down 2 free throws, and they have a 9-point lead. Hedich will dribble across half court. She'll go one-on-one, turn over, take a jump shot from the baseline. It's going to be too short off the mark, no good. Rebound's going to bounce off of O'Gorman out of bounds. It'll be Aberdeen possession right under the hoop with 12.8 on the clock. Colesgrud will empty a couple rotation players. They'll take out Emma Ronzik and Izzy Moore, as well as Hannah Ronzik. It'll bring in Bergen Riley, Allison Crouch, and number 35, Sophie Nielsen. Carly Kunkel nearly steals the inbound pass underneath the hoop. However, it's off her hand and out of bounds. 11.8 left on the clock now as just about a second ran off. Jacobs will take a deep three from the right wing, and it's going to hit nothing but air. And it's going to be rebounded by Sophie Nielsen, who will give it over to Bergen Riley, who will now dribble out the clock. So that'll do it for this one, as the Lady Knights of O'Gorman High School beat Aberdeen Central here at O'Gorman 47-38. Stick around for the post-game wrap-up show and the Knights locker room show after we come back. Thanks for listening out in Aberdeen. This was Real Presence Radio Network. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kofc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call Jeff Gillen at 605-759-7204. That's 605-759-7204.
Real Presence Radio will be broadcasting an estimated 42 Sioux Falls O'Gorman girls and boys basketball games in the 2019-2020 season. Tune in to the RPR network on 94.5 FM Sioux Falls, online at yourcatholicradiostation.com, on our free mobile app, and on YouTube at Real Presence Radio Sioux Falls. If your business would like to sponsor our O'Gorman basketball broadcast and have your business's message heard across each of these platforms, contact me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
Hi, John Fritsch Benefits. The people we work with have two goals. Number one, they don't want to run out of money. Number two, whatever is left, they want it to go to the people they love. Could be issues like Social Security claiming, Medicare choices, even asset allocations for your 401k, or you may want to treat your church like one of your children. If you want to talk about any financial issues, you can call me, John Fritsch, 334-8086.
Investment advice offered through IMS Wealth Management, an SEC registered advisor.
Do you have daily pain and discomfort that includes headaches, neck and back pain, and arm and leg numbness? Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic provides gentle adjusting, x-ray evaluation, rehabilitation, and massage therapy to treat these symptoms. Hagan Chiropractic Clinic is located on 14th and Cliff, 6 blocks north of Avera Hospital.
Hi, this is Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic. Don't say ouch, call me at 361-OUCH.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, welcome to the O'Gorman Knights Locker Room Show. Brought to you by Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic. Now, back to the gym.
Welcome back to Sioux Falls, the final. O'Gorman Knights 47, Aberdeen Central Golden Eagle ladies 38. What a good matchup. I tell you what, it was a fun game today. Aberdeen was always in it. They never, the Knights can never get that up, 10, 11-point lead. All of a sudden, Aberdeen comes back and down, up. Next thing you know, it's 4, they cut it, and it's like it was a fun game back and forth. Aberdeen's got some talent.
Absolutely, and they're young. They're a young basketball team that's got plenty of room for improvement. They're only going to get better, especially with a great coach over there. That it's going to be fun to see them. They'd be a scary team to match up with in the Sodak 16 because they play really fundamentally well, and they're physical, and they can shoot the ball pretty well. Tonight, OG was just a little bit overpowering offensively for Aberdeen, but things can change, especially in a one-game win and in and lose, you're out. That'd be a scary team to play later on.
At halftime at 25-16, so it's like we're up by 9. We were down by 9 last night, came back and won. So I'm kind of like going, okay, girls, what's going on here? Third quarter was 37-28. That kind of Knights didn't play their best third quarter. They played a better first half than the second half.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that the Knights in the second half didn't take as many shots as they did in the first half. They kind of used some more clock, and it was a pretty well-rounded game from the Knights. They let Aberdeen start to crawl into it in the third quarter, but then they responded well in the fourth quarter. And in a game like this, that's what you want to see, especially on the second night. You know that your legs aren't going to be that sturdy underneath you in the second half. So I thought they did a well enough job to win this one. Aberdeen's a good basketball team, so I'm sure Coach Colesrud's happy about this one, and the Knights are happy about this one to keep their perfect season alive right now as they remain undefeated. But like I said, there was a couple big-time plays that the Knights made, but Aberdeen did a really good job of really never they were at an arm's length away for a little bit, and it'd come slowly back, and then it was at an arm's length a little bit, but they were never out of it. They were always creeping around that 8 or 9 point lead or deficit, and they would get it within 4 and then within 5. So it was a real fun game today. It was low scoring, but still an exciting one at O'Gorman.
And another nice thing, which I haven't seen yet this year for the Knights, out of the 12, 14 players on the team, the starting 5 scored. So we had Emma with, we'll go Reagan Riley with 4. You had Emma Ronzik with 10. You had Izzy Moore with 10, Carly Kunkel with 10, and Hannah with 13. And they're the only scores for tonight, and which was this afternoon, St. Catherine Drexel and St. Michael afternoon here. And we got all these kids on the floor playing with the small orange Knight basketball. It's kind of fun to see. You did that one time, didn't you?
Yeah, probably. I'm going to say I don't really remember, but I mean, who knows if this stuff was around because, I'm just so old nowadays. So.
Yeah. So don't go away. We'll find out after the break who's the O'Gorman player of the Knights game, sponsored by Pizza Ranch. You're listening to Real Presence Radio, KSTJ 88.9 FM and 94.5 KGWD FM, Sioux Falls.
Sioux Equipment Company can fix, sell, and repair gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors. They offer sales and services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment in Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company is located at 1310 East 39th Street in Sioux Falls, just off of East Benson Road. They can be reached by calling 605-334-1653. Again, that number is 605-334-1653.
Did you know you can listen to the RPR network when you're on the go? Just search for Real Presence Radio in your app store. Listen live to any station across the network at any time, so you can stay connected to your local community from wherever you are. Plus, if you miss a program, the Real Presence Radio app is your one-stop shop for local and national podcasts, including our signature show, Real Presence Live. The Real Presence Radio app, with you every step of your faith journey.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School, where the Lady Knights just got a 9-point win over the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Now we're bringing you our Pizza Ranch player of the game, and today, this afternoon's game, we believe that the Pizza Ranch player of the game goes to Carly Kunkel, the senior. She had 10 points on the night and played a really physical, aggressive game, and knocked down some crucial shots. And she also had a fantastic fourth quarter last night, and it carried over to today's ball game.
But, at halftime, Carly had 3 points, ended up with 10. But the shot that really got me, that kind of put it over there, is that three-pointer there in the fourth quarter. We were up by, 4 or whatever, and she came and hit that critical 3 over here on the far right, and just kind of like, okay, momentum, then we stayed at 7-11 all the way to the end of the game there. So the Pizza Ranch player of the game this afternoon is the 5'6" senior guard, Carly Kunkel. And tonight's Pizza Ranch, this afternoon's player of the game, Pizza Ranch, is brought to you by Pizza Ranch Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street here in Sioux Falls. Pizza Ranch, a proud sponsor of the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools and Real Presence Radio Network. And we joined now by Coach Colesrud. Congratulations, Coach.
Oh, thank you, guys.
So tonight's game, this afternoon's game comes off of an impressive win last night against Harrisburg. I'm going to give a quick remind everyone. Last night we came back from down 11 in the second half to win. What's it like to play a game after last night's intensity, physicality? It was a quick turnaround today at 1 o'clock. What do you say to your girls about preparing for a game like this, especially against a really well-coached Aberdeen team?
Exactly, that's a great point, Isaac. We knew this was not going to be an easy game. Coming off the high last night, a great crowd, awesome atmosphere, those type of things. And we just talked about in the locker room, come out with intensity, come out with excitement, come out with enthusiasm. I thought we really did get off to a nice start in this game, and then we had a few dry possessions there, and give Aberdeen Central credit. I thought they made some plays. They limited possessions. They played a little bit slower, so we don't have quite as many opportunities. And I thought they executed well. As you said, they're very well coached. They have that same system Coach Silas ran forever, and they did some nice things too. when we would get a couple stops, we didn't capitalize offensively. When we did score offensively, then we gave up a couple baskets. We just couldn't get the thing from, the 7 to 11 range up to that 15 range like we kind of would like to. But our kids played hard. There was times where we were pretty gassed today. So it was a huge game last night, and I'm just proud of our kids the way we did bounce back. We did what we needed to and came away with a nice win.
But I like the way you came out. The last 3 games, you've been kind of quiet. Scoring's been down the first quarter. You know that. And so, but tonight now you came out this afternoon. You came out aggressive. And that's what after a hard-fought game last night, the girls, hats off to you and Coach Richter, Coach Mathis. All 3, and I forget the other 2.
Yeah.
You were the 3, so don't the other coaches. But the way you guys got these gals prepared today, that is terrific. The way they came out and aggressive, they boom, boom, went after it.
Yeah, they were ready to go. Kids were excited to play today, and we did do a nice job out of the gate there. And we just didn't sustain it quite as well as we would have liked to on some of our offensive possessions, or them making plays defensively. It seemed like there was times down there where the ball just kind of fell in their hands, or they were around it a little bit more. And I don't know if that's a matter of us not having quite as much juice as we normally do, but they're just a really solid basketball team. And we just wanted to get out of here with a solid win, and glad our kids were able to do that, and really excited that we could have a day and a half off here just to refresh mentally and physically.
Like Isaac said, I'd hate to play Aberdeen in the round of 16. Yeah. Anybody, because the way they've kind of come around, 8-4, the record doesn't do them justice. The aggressive, like they played, the way they played us.
Yeah, they're a solid squad, and we talked to our team about that. I completely agree. They're a team here down the stretch that's been playing really good basketball, moving into the next 2-3 weeks into tournaments. They certainly can be a factor, and if a person, whoever does meet up with them, is going to really have to be ready to go.
They're young.
They are young,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep you too long here, so we'll wrap this up with this question. But tonight, actually, the only scorers that we had offensively was the starting 5 was the only people to put in a ball into the hoop tonight. But what's it like to be able to rely on those starters? Each one of them stepped up. We had 4 in double figures, so the scoring was really balanced. What do you talk to a post game in the locker room about how nice it is to have people that can score the ball so efficiently?
It is. It's been a huge benefit for us all season. I think if they key on 1 or 2 people, if they sit really hard on Emma, other people have opportunities. And I don't know how many games we've had where we've had 4 double-digit scores or at least 3. That's just great balance. That makes you a really good basketball squad. So, Reagan Riley doesn't score quite as many points as some of the other kids do, but she brings so many things to the table. Rebounding-wise, just kind of the glue, setting screens. She just does whatever we need her to do. So, those 5 kids have been really, really solid. And got to mention our kids off the bench. So, Allison Crouch came in and did a really nice job today for our squad. Had a couple really nice takes to the basket there that just didn't go in. But I thought she played solid defensively. And Bergen Riley's a kid we have a ton of confidence in for a freshman as well, coming off the bench. So just a really nice team win, kind of like we've had all season long.
I got a text last night after the game about we didn't give you enough credit for that win last night. and the assistant coaches and Richter and Mathis and Hughes and Hull. So I got the other 2. I got those.
Oh, yeah. Well, so we'll take it anytime you want to give it. But
I got a text saying, you didn't give the coaching staff credit for that win last. Hey, that's a team effort. When you talk about the team, you're talking about the girls and the coaches.
No, we appreciate that, but it was our players stepping up and making huge plays, making big shots, making big stops, getting rebounds, all those kind of things. So got a really good group. We just got to continue to get better here down the stretch of the season.
So your next game is Thursday night down in Iowa.
Yep.
And so it gives the girls a few days to relax now, get some good practice and stuff. But tell us a little bit about. I know you want to get going, and I got to get the Mavs too here.
Yep.
So it's like, what about Iowa? What about Sioux City North?
Yeah.
North or East?
It's Sioux City East. They got a really nice basketball squad. They were 10-2 at one time I checked, and then I think 12-4 last time I peeked. A group that had 0 seniors last year came up and played us really, really well. I think it ended up being a 10-point game, but it was a contested game. It was a battle. So another opportunity for us to go play a really good basketball squad, a chance to get better. The 3 days in practice here leading up to that's going to be really, really important. That we don't get complacent. We get better. So another great challenge for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Coach Colesgrud, the head coach of the Lady Knights, for joining us in an impressive 9-point victory today over a tough Aberdeen Central team. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
And that was Kent Colesgrud, the coach. So we'll be back, and thanks for joining us as you're leaving the gym and headed to home or headed to Mass. You're at 4 o'clock Mass at Christ the King, right, Brett? 4:30 St. Lambert's.
4:30 St. Lambert's.
4:30 St. Lambert's. So that's
4 o'clock St. Mary's.
4 o'clock St. Mary's. So we'll be back. We're going to take one more break, and we're going to wrap it up here this afternoon with Gorman victorious 47-38 over Aberdeen Golden Eagles. We'll be back on Real Presence Radio Network.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls has something for everyone. They offer a buffet featuring pizza and chicken. Pizza Ranch has daily specials as well as 5 party rooms and a dining area. You can also order online and they'll bring the experience to you. Pizza Ranch is located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street and can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Value Visor helps people and businesses discover, improve, and get the value from their businesses. With multi-certified valuation and mergers and acquisition advisors, they understand the complexities of valuations and negotiating in the mergers and acquisitions marketplace. For more information, you can contact Jameson Rounds, managing partner of Value Visor, at 605-370-6931 or online at valuevisor.com. Real estate through Murphy Business, Dakota Lakes.
And you've been listening to the Knights Locker Room Show, brought to you by Dr. Mark Hagen with Hagen Chiropractic Clinic here in Sioux Falls. Don't say ouch. You can call Dr. Mark at 361-OUCH. And here's producer Brett Byler with the scoreboard update here as we get ready to get out of here.
All right, thank you very much, Dan Johnson. And just adjusting my headset, Coach Colesrud had it right before me. There we go. So we got some scores to report. In AA boys basketball at halftime in Huron's 40. Sturgis Brown is 24. And no score reported in Mitchell, but Mitchell and Spearfish boys are playing right now up at the Corn Palace as well. Tonight, Brandon Valley boys are out in the capital city of Pierre at 5 o'clock. For girls AA today, 2:30, so this game's about ready to tip off in Spearfish. Mitchell girls at Spearfish. Huron's girls are at Sturgis Brown, both 2:30 tip-offs. Pierre girls are at Brandon Valley at 5 o'clock tonight. Lincoln is at Crosstown rival Sioux Falls Roosevelt in girls action at 6 o'clock tonight. That should be a good game. OG JV won big today. The freshman for OG won 47-16. We got some finals at the Sanford Pentagon in the high school boys basketball classic. Warner boys, Lyman beat Warner. That was the 8 a.m. game this morning, 61-54. T-Area beat Remsen St. Mary's 51-42. Corsica Stickney beat Redfield in a close game, 59-58. Dakota Valley beat how do you say this one? Taiopsa Zima, 68-63. I think I spelled it wrong.
Alphabet soup.
Taiopsa Zima or Zena. So now Sioux Falls Lincoln boys are playing Moorhead, Minnesota right now. And then it's all this is on pretty much on schedule right now from what I can see on Twitter. Harrisburg boys are playing Madison at 3:30. Sioux Falls Washington is playing Western Christian, which is always a basketball powerhouse in Iowa in boys and girls basketball. That's a 5 p.m. start. Sioux Valley boys will take on Viborg Hurley boys at 6:30. Those are, I think Sioux Valley is one of the top teams in Class A. Viborg Hurley is one of the top teams in Class B. Then our O'Gorman boys at 8 o'clock take on number 1 in Class A, St. Thomas More. And then Sioux Falls Christian will round the night out at 9:30 p.m. taking on Minneapolis North. That boys game for O'Gorman will be an audio broadcast only, no video stream. We'll be courtside at the Pentagon tonight. And that is our scoreboard update, Dan and Isaac.
So, looking forward to our next game, which is tonight, that St. Thomas More OG game. That's going to be a tough game tonight for the Knights. St. Thomas More is a really athletic and pretty well offensively rounded team. They've got some good scorers. Like Coach Roby mentioned, Ryder Kirsch is leading them, as well as scoring the basketball, but also a really phenomenal athlete and defensive player. So it's going to be a tough game for the Knights tonight at the Pentagon. The Pentagon's always been known for having some struggles shooting-wise for all teams coming in. So it's going to be interesting to see how O'Gorman responds to that, especially after dropping a game already early in the week. They're hungry to come out and get a win, but they have to get a win against a really tough team out west in Rapid City or in St. Thomas More High School. So that's going to be a fun one tonight. That's going to be at 8 o'clock. It could start earlier or later depending on how these games before us end up, but that'll be a fun one tonight. So hopefully you can either join us on air on Real Presence Radio, the app, because it's just going to be an audio only, or you can join us at the Pentagon and watch it in person. So it's going to be some real good basketball tonight out at the Pentagon.
And we'll keep you updated on our Twitter page. Derek Roby does a really good job with the OG Hoops Twitter page, too, kind of letting people know if we're on schedule, if we're ahead of time, or if we're a little bit behind. So we'll keep you updated throughout the day on that.
So final thoughts, Brett?
Final thoughts. This is kind of, expected what I kind of thought might happen tonight. Honestly, two teams playing back-to-back games after 2 tough games the night before. maybe a little bit of a slower pace type of a game. I thought Aberdeen Central hung in. It felt like O'Gorman was about a basket away from kind of that knockout punch throughout the ball game where it was like 8-9 points, but we just never could quite get that. And Aberdeen Central, give them credit, they hung around. I think it was about a 5-point game with about 2 or 3 minutes left, and the Knights hit a couple big threes and kind of close it out. But all the wins count the same, and last night was kind of an offensive game, and tonight was kind of just more of a grinded out victory. And Knights are 15-0 on the season, but this Aberdeen Central team, only like Dan said, a couple of seniors. They'll be a team, give them another month, and even in the future have a bright future ahead of them.
Isaac?
To compliment or to piggyback off of what Brett said, it was just a real. It was a much different game from last night's game. Like you said, it was more of a grinded out kind of game, and that's what you're going to end up having in games like this when it's that second day of a two-day weekend playing basketball. And those games are always tough. But the Knights did a good job of responding, especially coming off of an emotional high last night in a real fun game at Harrisburg. Then coming out right away this afternoon around 12:30 and having to tip this one off against a real good Aberdeen team. So I thought they handled it well. Credit to Aberdeen. They played a really great basketball game. They're going to be a fun team to watch, tough team to play come that Sodak 16. So hopefully you guys join us tonight out at the Pentagon, and otherwise, go ahead, Dan, take us away.
Well, and Keter's going to kick us out of here pretty quick, because if you're in Sioux Falls and you want to come at 5 o'clock, there's going to be an awards presentation here for the South Dakota One-Night Play Championship put on by the South Dakota High School Activities Association, and they're getting that set up for the awards here. So from Isaac Struck, Brett Byler, I'm Dan Johnson. We'll see you tonight from the Pentagon. The Gorman boys will be taking on St. Thomas More. Again, the Gorman Lady Knights win 47-38 over Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. God bless.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, O'Gorman Knights basketball has been brought to you in part by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota, Jardine Construction, Hagen Chiropractic Clinic, Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, Fritch Benefits Registered Investment Advisor Representative, McGuire Iron, Knights of Columbus Insurance Field Agent Jeff Gillen, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street, First Premier Bank Card, Sioux Equipment Company, Ide Bailey, Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness,
right there,
Jamison Rounds, Managing Partner of Value Visor.
The preceding O'Gorman Knights activity has been a special presentation of the Real Presence Radio Network.
Thank you.